GeoGebra is a free application that can be downloaded to any computer. GeoGebra is an especially important technological resource for teachers because it helps to bring algebra and geometry concepts to life. It provides students with a visual to help them understand difficult concepts.
In order to download GeoGebra, go to geogebra.org. Click on Download Now and select the download that is appropriate for your computer. Also, if you create a GeoGebra Tube account, you will be able to access an abundance of resources. These resources include interactive GeoGebra files that other users have created. Many of these GeoGebra files have worksheets to go along with the lesson. For example, transformations are a difficult concept for some students to visualize. If I search 2D rotation, multiple activities come up. Let's click on this one and see how it works. The target age group is for students between 11 and 14 years old. You can download or view this worksheet. Once you have downloaded the application, open the GeoGebra application. There are a few general settings located at the top right of the screen. There are Settings, Undo, Redo, and Help buttons. Also, it is important to note that the description of what each feature does shows up if you hover over an icon with your mouse. If you go up to File, you can save your work as well. This will be useful if you want to prepare GeoGebra files before class time. Now that we have covered the basics, let's see what GeoGebra can do. There are a ton of features of GeoGebra. We are going to highlight the features that we find to be especially useful.
So the first feature we're going to look at is the algebra tool. By clicking on the second icon at the top of the screen, we can plot a point and change the color, style, or label of that point. By clicking on the third icon at the top of the screen, we can draw a line connecting any 2 points that we have created. We can use GeoGebra to find the midpoint between 2 points on a line by choosing the midpoint option and selecting the 2 points on the graph. If we go to Edit Object Properties, we can change the features of this line. For example, we can change the line from standard to slope-intercept form. You can also zoom in and out like this by using 2 fingers on the mouse pad or by scrolling using your mouse. We can also input functions into the space at the bottom of the screen. For example, let's type in the function f of x equals x squared plus 2. We can then click on the graph of this function using the pointer at the top left-hand corner of the screen. Next, we can find the intersection point of 2 different functions by clicking on the 2 functions after clicking on the intersect operation. We can also create perpendicular and parallel lines using GeoGebra. It tells you how to use this feature when you hover over the icon after selecting it. We can also determine the line of best fit when given many points. Drag a rectangle over these points and GeoGebra will create a line of best fit for those points. GeoGebra can also help you create polygons by clicking on this icon and placing points to create the polygon. We can also create a perfect circle with a specific center and radius. For example, let's say that we want to create a circle with a center at 0, 0 with a radius of 4. You can also create other shapes and angles by using these icons. GeoGebra can also help you determine the slope of a line by clicking on the line with the slope feature. You can also determine the area of a polygon by clicking on it once you select the area tool. You can reflect and rotate the objects you have created by selecting this icon.
If you view spreadsheet, you can find the sum of 3, 5, and 6 to be 14.
By viewing the CAS feature, you can utilize several different unique features such as a probability calculator. This tool also allows you to find factors of different integers as well as finding factors of a certain function. For example, let's consider the function x squared plus x minus 12. By clicking the factor button at the top of the screen, it'll show us the factors that make up that function. This feature can also help us find derivatives of a certain function as well. Let's take the function x cubed plus 2x plus 3. By clicking on the derivative feature at the top of the screen, it'll show us the derivative of that function or any function you choose. By viewing the 3D graphics tool, showing different planes using this feature will be useful for teaching geometry concepts when in the classroom. We can also create a cylinder. And once we create this cylinder or any other object, we can rotate the 3D object using this feature.
We hope this video has helped you to learn the basics of GeoGebra. Have fun exploring!